little bit about that?
There's an organization here.
Heimlich Heroes.
Do you have anything on that?
Not, I don't have anything on that, but Heimlich Heroes.
Huh?
Heimlich Heroes.
Heimlich Heroes.
The organization that trains children.
And where are they?
They're in 47 states now. The office is
Okay.
down here.
And they, you just,
I'm listening. I'm listening. That's me. I'm with these guys.
oh, good.
I'm with Dupree and ERS.
And they took it, established, I was a member of that hospital one time, and they took up, we formed an organization on Heimlich maneuvers, and they go to actually send people to schools all over the country, and they teach school children how to do it. And invariably they got a case here and a case there that where they have taught the school child.
Doctor, they're in 47 states now.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Huh.
47 states.
Yeah.
I said congratulations.
Oh, well, they are just amazing.
Now, is that run through the Deaconess Foundation? Is that
I'm sorry, what do they call
Heimlich Heroes?
Heimlich Heroes?
Heimlich Heroes, yeah. It's,
Great name.
and throughout the year, they will get reports. They go to schools throughout the country, and they will get reports on lives saved by using the maneuver. So that is really wonderful.
That's outstanding. Well, everybody grew up. I grew up knowing the Heimlich maneuver, having been taught the Heimlich maneuver in school. From my perspective, I'd like to say it's an honor to meet you. And I was talking to Brian yesterday, and I said this man is synonymous with a life-saving technique. I would be so. I mean, that's a pretty big deal. So. If you could, I appreciate you taking your time out to. We're going to go back to Monday night. Do you?
One minute.
Sure.
I read in the newspaper about how many thousands die of choking to death quite a few years ago. And I conceived of different things, and I could see where the Red Cross was teaching hit them on the back and they were all dying. And of course, what would hitting you on the back do? So maybe make it worse. And I was one of the early chest surgeons, thoracic surgeons. So I had been doing much research and treating many patients for chest conditions, and I developed several operations. When I get through, I'll show you some things. At that time, chest surgery was really in its beginnings, but I got interested in chest surgery, and thoracic surgery was my field. Anyway, I was reading the newspaper, and there was an article on how many thousands of people died when they were choking, and what the Red Cross was doing, and still is doing, is hitting them on the back. And it was so obvious. What can hitting on the back do? Except drive it a little the head goes forward, the meat does not, grabs it deeper. And they did that since the 1930s.
Mm-hmm.
And all these thousands of people were dying. So I thought of if you could compress the lungs, you could get a rough throat to get rid of the object. It was so logical. And I actually took a dog and made my laboratory. Didn't hurt the poor thing. And I sent someone down to the kitchen, got a piece of meat, and gave the dog an anesthesia, and put a piece of meat in his airway. And before I did that, I took myself and my residence and pressed on his chest, and eventually came down and pushed above the belly button and on myself, and measured the extent of the flow of air, how forceful was the flow of air. And that gave me very far figures. It showed if you hit the back, you get nothing. And other things, the only thing that worked consistently was pushing up on the diaphragm. And again, these were myself and the other doctors there. And we measured that flow of air, and I knew that was sufficient. I then took a dog and hurt the thing, gave him anesthesia. And by the way, when I say I just did this, there was actually several months going on here. And I gave the dog anesthesia and put a tube down in his airway. And but before I did that, I measured the flow of air. I got actual figures on it, on the humans and on the dogs. The dog, after doing it, I actually said to someone, go down to the kitchen, get a piece of meat, and brought it up and put a tube in the dog's airway and put the meat in. And every time I pressed on there, it came out. So that was my answer. And then I wrote an article on it in a medical journal, but I knew that until I really got it out, that people were going to keep dying. And supposedly, a doctor doesn't go out and get publicity. But I came out, I had quite a few operations that have gotten a lot of publicity, and I was well known by that time. And
Can you tell me this, back on that Monday night, was this your favorite table, your favorite chair? Is this where you usually sit?